With a change of seasons comes a change of wine glasses. Say goodbye to summer whites and hello to rich and powerful reds. In today's Wine-O segment, Central Valley Today's Monique Soltani shows us why bigger and bolder is better for fall.
Syrah, Shiraz, same grape, different name, but you don't have to have the skills of a sommelier to decipher the difference between these deep purple palate pleasers. In this edition of Wine-O, we're getting to the bottom of these robust reds and showing you why they're a favorite with food for fall. The Chef's Table executive chef Malachi Harlan has prepared a perfect dish that'll pair up nicely with these big, bold red wines.
This is one of our menu items here at the restaurant, and it's garganelli pasta with braised beef short ribs. And garganelli pasta, don't let the name intimidate you. It's one of our favorite noodles, and it's essentially a little squares turned on a diagonal that are rolled into tubes and with a ridged exterior that are just delicious with the short ribs.
So this is a really big dish, and it's going to hold up nicely with these wines, I'm assuming.
Oh, absolutely. Steve's done a great job picking out these wines to go with this dish, and it's interesting. We braise it with some neat flavors. Clove, a little bit of clove can have a strong flavor. We also braise it with a little bit of oregano and tomato and bell peppers. So there's a really interesting Spanish influence flavor combination there.
It is fall. It's October, if you can believe it. Where did our lives go, right? You have a really great special or deal here at the Chef's Table for the month of October.
It's a 3-course menu special featuring some of my favorite recipes. You get a choice of soup and the salad. Also get a choice of the entrees. There's 3 different ones to pick from. We have a pasta with spicy eggplant, some braised cabbage rolls with a marinara sauce, and mashed potatoes, and some house-made pork sausages that we're serving with polenta cake. So a lot of good kind of comfort food as we gear into the fall season, and of course chocolate bread pudding for dessert.
Holy smokes, that sounds really good. All right, thank you so much, Chef Malachi. And now we have the Chef's Table Cellar Director, Steve Kellenberger, here, and he's going to get to the bottom of what the difference is between a Syrah and a Shiraz. Some people say Syrah, Shiraz. What is it? How do you say it the right way?
Well, it's Shiraz.
Shiraz.
Shiraz. If you're Australian, it's a Shiraz. You know, but we call it Shiraz oftentimes. And then when you have Syrah, and essentially they are the exact same grape, but they are, most Shirazes are grown in Australia. There are a few people now in California that are calling their Syrah Shiraz because a lot of Shiraz is very popular, and so they're trying to get onto whatever marketing bandwagon they can. Okay. The mythology of the names is that it was believed originally that the grapevines were brought from the town of Shiraz in Persia during the Crusade, and that was the myth, and people have perpetuated that myth. And the Australians, it was said that they went to Shiraz and got their plantings when they planted their grapes in the 19th century. Okay, well, turns out their grapes actually did come from the Hermitage region of the Rhone in France, and that's Syrah, and the French have called it Syrah, but then the English were calling it Shiraz. And so they planted them, and so they have been known as Shiraz all of this time, and so they've stayed with that. And in California, it came from France, and it was called Syrah. So essentially, it's the exact same grape, same wine.
I want to throw in a random question for you. Then what the heck do we do with a petite Syrah?
Totally different grape.
Ah, forget it. It's not even the same grape, huh?
Not even the same.
Story.
Totally different story.
Okay. All right. So for the first, tell us about the first wine that you have here.
Okay. This is Terre Rouge, Côte de l'Ouest, Syrah, and it comes from just outside of Amador County, east of Sacramento.
Okay. And what are we looking for when we try?
And so we have sort of a French style wine here. It's earthy, and on the nose you have kind of a smoke and smoked meats. Kind of even raw meat kind of flavors and aromas, and then you have raspberries and black fruit as well on the palate. Do you get that?
Really good. Now, Steve, why are Syrahs and Shirazes so good for fall?
Well, because they're hearty, hearty wines, and they'll stand up to these sort of comfort food dishes. I picked these 2 wines because they have the same alcohol content, they have the same acid content in them. So they're made from the same grape. So they're almost identical except for their flavors. Now in this one, note that kind of greenish, eucalyptus, minty kind of flavor that's on the nose and on the palate.
That comes from Australia.
In your Shiraz.
It does. I feel like I just brushed my teeth. They're a little clean and minty. Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, Syrah, Shiraz. One of them, the one from Australia, is a little minty. The other one's going to have more fruit flavors. Is that right?
Well, kind of plummy raspberry,
Okay.
idea, but it has smoking meat in it
It's
as well.
smoking.
It is smoking.
You know what else is smoking? Alex. I bet she's on fire back at the station because we have 2 great wines and she's got nothing. We'll bring you back something.
Well, actually, Monique, I was just given a whole bottle of Syrah as a gift.